Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, we are actually talking about the passing of the CEO of United Healthcare. And yeah, let's go see what people are saying about him, then we'll come back and talk more about it.
We were all shocked by the assassination of Brian Thompson yesterday, who is the CEO of United Healthcare. Unfortunately, this is not the first time that United Healthcare has been connected with some serious atrocities. One of the biggest stories of healthcare this year about United Healthcare has not been told, and I want to share that with you today. So please listen to the end and please share this video. In February of 2024, Change Healthcare, which is the clearinghouse United Healthcare, was cyber attacked, which means it impacted payments to healthcare organizations like small physicians' office and even hospitals. So I want to break down what this really means with an example. Imagine you own a small spa and you accept gift cards, right? And it turns out that 50% of the people that attend your spa use this gift card to get their services. And you've promised to take these cards, you have a contract, you have to recognize these gift cards. So you have half of your clients coming in, they're using the card, and suddenly the card doesn't swipe or it's not giving you money, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. So you call the gift card company and they tell you, you know what, we've had a cyber attack and I'm sorry, we're not able to issue payment to you. They can't give payment. So now you're doing all this work, doing all these massages and all these services, and the gift card program is not working. What makes this extra atrocious is there is money on these cards. The gift card company is still accepting payment for these cards, but they're not paying you. This is exactly what happened with United Healthcare earlier this year. People were still paying their insurance premiums, but those premiums were not getting to the practices in the hospitals that were delivering the care. So small doctors' offices, especially offices with less than 10 doctors, weren't getting paid for months. There are some hospitals that were losing $20 to $100 million per day because of this attack. This is a huge threat to the US healthcare system, and it's the reason why we don't want monopolies, because one company having all that power impacted care for so many patients. But wait, the fallout actually gets worse. For small practices that couldn't handle these cash flow issues, many of them struggled, some of them even went under. United Healthcare did not do much to help these practices, and in fact, they offered to give these practices a loan for the money, and sometimes only in the amount of about $4,000. Many of these practices were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with United Healthcare, so a $4,000 loan with interest was not a very palatable option. For the practices that were in most dire need, some of them actually did go under. And guess who came around to buy them? United Healthcare. To this day, I don't think there's really been any consequences for this massive fallout. There's been no congressional action, there's been no penalties, there's been nothing. So if you are accepting health insurance in this country, you are at risk of companies like United Healthcare not paying you money. Of course, I do not condone violence, but the death of Brian Thompson yesterday highlights what can happen and how serious things can get when we mess with people's lives and livelihood. So the impact on the U.S. healthcare system by United Healthcare was astronomical, and it makes me very frustrated that they've never been held accountable for what happened earlier this year, how many physicians, patients, and institutions impacted.
So I sympathize with his family, right? His story is such a tragic one. So let's go ahead and listen to what people have to say about all of this. Okay, everything that happened. So many people have a lot to say about the United Healthcare and of course the CEO as well. Let's go watch those videos, then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment as well.
Do you know how much hate you gotta have in your heart to off somebody at 7 o'clock in the morning? That was somebody's grandchild. I don't know this for a fact, but I believe it that somebody's granny passed because that insurance company denied her whatever medications or procedure that she needed, and somebody's grandchild avenged her passing. 7 o'clock in the morning. Thoughts, prayers.
They were never going to find this guy. He vanished the second he went into Central Park. Even the NYPD, like an hour after the shooting, was glazing up this suspect, saying he's the best we've ever seen. He's a professional. They're saying he flew in from Atlanta. He had a burner phone. He ditched all of his gear. He took the time to etch, deny, defend, depose into all of the bullets that he used. I think that this guy is going to be this generation's D.B. Cooper. Like, they are just never going to find him. He's going to turn into an urban legend. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he disappeared immediately. And the best part about all this is that he drastically amplified class solidarity, because no matter if you voted for Trump or Kamala, a lot of people are agreeing that insurance agencies are some of the most predatory companies out there. You pay into them for your entire adult life, and then they deny 32% of claims that could have been for life-saving care that probably resulted in the suspect's, loved ones or family members passing away unnecessarily. And I really do think that a lot of people are starting to wake up and realize that a for-profit privatized healthcare system is not in the best interest of the people that it pretends to serve.
Greedy man who siphoned $10 million a year from sick and poor people, who was the CEO of the health insurance company that denied the most claims while simultaneously being number 4 on the Fortune 500 list, was clapped today in New York City. And I'm out here looking for a single shit to give, to be quite frank with you. And before some of y'all come at me talking about, oh, you should care, this is wrong, blah, 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 blah. It is wrong. It's wrong when people die when they shouldn't have to. And until you, for a living, microdose human suffering and come face to face with people who are too fucking poor to pay to live, and you watch unnecessary deaths for a living, don't talk to me. While he was wondering which yacht he's gonna buy this year and which, European vacation he's gonna take this month, there are people, my patients, who are being denied life-saving and necessary medications, procedures, and office visits with specialists. Rather unfortunate timing for the Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance company to now announce that they are going to pre-allot time for anesthesia for surgeries in 3 states, Connecticut, Missouri, and New York. And so if your surgery goes longer than their pre-allotted time, mind you, these are not surgeons who are pre-allotting the time. These are businessmen. If your surgery goes beyond the pre-allotted time, guess who has to pay for the rest of the anesthesia? You. And let's just say, 1, anesthesia is not cheap. 2, a surgeon is not a person you want fucking rushing. So in lieu of flowers for old Brian Thompson, I'm gonna try to finish paying off the $1,000 balance that I have to United Healthcare for the necessary medical procedure that I had to go through in February of this year. Hope that helps. If you're gonna call me a bitch for this take, 1, you better work in healthcare. And if you don't, I will take no feedback. 2, know that I spend every single day of my career literally trying to alleviate human suffering and create some sense of equality in the healthcare system. I try to help with health literacy. I have more than once a week flipped my name tag around and said, I'm telling you this as a friend now. Fill in the blank, right? You need a second opinion, or this isn't correct, or you need to call this number and use this terminology when you are submitting your appeal. So.
You know why I don't care that the CEO of United Healthcare was also a husband and father? My mom died from complications due to diabetes. Diabetes requires a lot of supply, not just things like pumps, insulin, needles, test strips. It's things like batteries, alcohol wipes, Band-Aids, tape, gauze. 6 months before my mom died, her health insurance let her know that all of the things that she had been prescribed and insured for the last 10, 15 years of her life were no longer going to be covered. The insulin her life depended on, the pumps her life depended on, and the batteries that go in those pumps. The morning after my mom died, and I'm talking not even 24 hours after, 7 a.m. the morning after my mom died, a box full of all of my mom's supplies for the next 4-6 months showed up on my front step. And inside the box, with all of her supplies, there was a letter that said, due to the change in your current situation, we have now fully insured and covered your supplies. The current change in situation was listed as death. Patient expiration. So yeah, it makes sense that all of the health insurance companies in the United States have now taken their CEOs off their websites, because it's not a matter of if this happens next, it's when.
We pay $1,000 a month for a healthcare policy that has a $10,000 deductible. My empathy only extends so far. We've been trying to tell you that for-profit healthcare kills. Y'all just haven't been paying attention because it only kills poor people. Until now. Nobody deserves to get on their way to work. Nobody deserves to get their healthcare claims denied either. Be mindful of how this story is covered. Be mindful of how people are expecting us to have empathy for a man that's worth $40 million, is the head of a company that made $6 billion in profit. And the reason they made $6 billion in profit is because they deny 30% of their fucking healthcare claims. They want us to have more empathy for this man than they want us to have for the people that are killed because of his company and because of how his company operates. And you know what? We're privileged. We're lucky. We're healthy. I couldn't even imagine having a family, having kids, having a chronic health condition. For-profit healthcare kills. We've been trying to tell y'all. The way insurance companies treat patients and the way insurance companies treat doctors is criminal. They are liable for way more deaths than a single gunman. Never, ever, ever forget that.
I understand these people's frustration, right? What everybody has said, okay, because getting your healthcare insurance denied is frustrating. I'm telling you, it could be frustrating, especially when you know that, oh, you've paid for this, it is your right, and nobody is telling you that, oh, okay, we'll look into it and all of that. Okay, so letting make it denying their right to them, especially in the area of health, because health is life. Okay, so when you get denied your insurance that should cover your hospital bills, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, and yeah, whew, this is huge, you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, do you just let me know what you think, okay, about all of this and everything that everyone have said. Let's hear from you in the comment section. But yeah, what I just have to say is for people to feel, to always do something, and think about the next day. Think about the people you are hurting. Think about the people you are doing this to. How will they feel? It's very important. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope to see you on my next video. Please do what, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and see you guys. Bye.